Welcome back, everyone. I am Theodore Prestior. This is Battlestar Galactica on Tabletop Simulator. We just went through the sleeper phase, and we kind of got a head start on the next jump. But we also have a bunch of ships on the field, and a lot of civvy ships are currently very vulnerable, and Boomer's in jail. It is Laura Rosalind's turn. She's currently a cylon, but she hasn't revealed herself yet. She needs to draw cards, so she's going to go ahead and draw her politics, just like before. And what she's going to go ahead and do, once per game, draw 4, choose 1 to resolve, and place the rest. Okay, so she can actually do her special ability without being president. So she's actually going to go ahead and use her once per game ability to activate Skill Politician and draw 4 quorum cards, and she gets to pick 1 to resolve. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Alright. All these are not what she was looking for, per se. She'll get to resolve 1 and put the rest on the bottom of the deck. So she'll put the rest on the bottom of the deck, and the one she's going to activate is Establish Dogsville. And what this is going to do is it's going to increase population by 1, but lose 1 morale. So I'll just take 1 for morale and put in population. Population tends to be kind of hard to gain more of, but you do start with a lot of it. But the morale is what she's trying to target, since she can actually knock that down by 1 as well. Now, she's going to go ahead and draw 2 crises and pick 1. And they won't see which one she's picking. Or which one she's not picking, rather. Alright, she's going to go ahead and do that one. I mean, the other one doesn't have a jump prep, which is probably something she doesn't want them to get. But this one is either she gets to throw somebody in a jail, or -1 morale. So there's that. And we'll be adding the 2 treachery cards from the remaining cards in the Destiny deck. And Chief goes first. Well, the morale's at 6 right now. But at the same time, he can't really trust anyone to have power over the brig. So he's just not going to put anything in there. Boomer is in jail, so she can only put 1 card in anyway. You can only put 1 in there. Yeah, there's no real way of getting that to work. Hoshi, I mean, he could try to make it work, but she doesn't really want to give Laura Rosalind the power. And then Laura Rosalind is going to go ahead and put in oh wait, it's only green and purple. That's the problem. You get 7. If you just had a little bit more. Alright, well, she'll let that pass, and we're going to get 2 more treachery cards in the Destiny deck. So yeah, it's really hard to get Destiny, the treachery cards out. They're pretty brutal. And civilian ship on the back. Alright, it's a failed check. So -1 morale. These get resolved. Raiders activate. One's going to destroy the civvy ship, and we're going to lose 1 population. And this gets removed. So yeah, you can see there's a little population symbol on there. It matches the symbols that are on here. The other 2 raiders will move to there, and then we get a jump prep. Alright. Goes to Chief. Chief's going to go ahead and get his cards. 1 politics, 2 leadership, 2 engineering. Alright, well, he needs to get some stuff out of there. Yeah, I mean, he can XO, but... yeah, what he'll do is he'll go ahead and move to command. Send out a Viper. Now, what this does is he can activate 2 unmanned Vipers. So he's going to activate 1 to send it out, and then he's going to activate that same one to attack with it. Alright, that's 4, so that is a destroyed raider. Alright, so that hopefully will get us some time. Alright, and that's gone. Alright, with that said and done, we'll go ahead and do our crisis. Temple of the 5. Current player may draw 2 skill cards. Failures decrease the jump preparation track by 1. And it's purple and blue. Well, losing jump track would kind of suck. Alright, so we'll do the skill check. Boomer can only put 1 card in because she is currently in Brig. She'll put in 1 of these. Hoshi can put in as much as he wants. At this point, he knows at least there's... let's see. Yeah, second chance is not going to be that helpful. Alright. Scout for fuel. Launch scout. Okay. Laura Roslin, of course, can put as much as she wants in here. Oh, speaking of, she probably should have discarded cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, she has... nope. That is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, she needed to discard 1. She will discard red tape. Okay. Now, if she puts anything in there, they're gonna know she's spiking it because she doesn't have those colors at all. So she'll pass for now. Chief will go ahead and get some blues. Oh, actually, blue is good. She does have blue. So she could put something in there. But if she puts a treachery in it, it's going to be obvious because there's only going to be 2 treachery unless someone else puts it in there. Yeah, she'll just put in. She'll put a blue in. She'll try to stay shady. All right, and that should be it. So shuffle, shuffle. 3, 4, 10, 11, 13, 17. Did I not add the 2 from the Destiny deck? No, I didn't. I actually didn't. Unless I screwed up somehow. I probably screwed up somehow, but don't worry about that. Alright, so easily rock the check. Like, there's, yeah, these are canceled. 6, 8, 13, 14. So overshot by 5, which is a lot. Current player can draw some skill cards. He will go ahead and just draw some more engineering. Okay, and then current player, and then civilian ship gets added, and then current player must choose a human player to draw 1 mutiny card. Well, since Boomer's still already in jail, she'll give it to her. Okay. And all these get discarded for science. Okay. Basestar fires. 8, that is a hit. We should have declared, well, before the roll, I should have declared whether or not the shot will go for the Galactica or the Pegasus. Since no one's been using the Pegasus, I would have declared the Pegasus. So this will damage the engine room. So now this room cannot be used until it's been repaired. To repair it, you have to go to that room and then use a repair card. Use a repair card. If a room gets damaged while you're in it, you'll be thrown you get sent to sickbay. All right, so that's all been taken care of. That is it for Chief. So next it goes to Boomer. Boomer does get her full cards. It's just she can't really do much while she's in the brig. Okay. So for her movement, she's going to go ahead and play Critical Situation, so she can get another action. And then she's going to go ahead and use that first action to activate the brig, which is a skill check, 7 difficulty. Oops, I shouldn't have shuffled there. That's my bad. I should have just grabbed the cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Get those in there. Okay. Add 2. Goes to Chief first. Now, if you can either put cards in that keep her in there or try to help her out. He doesn't actually have much to put in there, so he's going to pass. Laura, of course, is going to want to keep her in. So she'll put those in there. And then Chief will put in he actually doesn't have much to put in there either. Actually, wait, how many cards did you have? You needed to discard one, so discard that. He only has a max hand size of 8, so he should have discarded. Alright. That being said, he'll just put these cards in. Probably won't help. And, Boomer's not expecting to get out, so she's just going to put this card in and see what happens. Alright, let's see what happens. -4. Trust instincts. All hands on deck. Force their hand. All hands on deck. Protect the fleet. Personal vices. And evasive maneuvers. Alright, well, Trust Instincts is going to trigger. Adds 2 more to the Destiny deck. Okay. Yeah, so this is more than a super fail at this point. In fact, the only positive in here was the Trust Instincts and that Force the Hand thanks to the all hands on deck, but that's all been negated easily. Put another civilian ship in the back. Each human player draws 1 treachery card. And if the current player is human, which she technically is, she draws a mutiny card. Alright, she'll discard that one. Alright. Alright. She still has another action, because she used that from her critical situation. So she's going to go ahead and spend that action to go ahead and activate the brig again. Okay. Lewis is going to go ahead and you know what? He's going to go ahead and burn some cards. Unless there's any other way. No, not really. Well, let's see what happens. He'll try to get them out. Okay, and then Rosalind will go ahead and just put out some of these. Chief will put in some stuff of his own. Might look at the bait out. Actually, all the bait. Alright, and then she's going to go ahead and just put in what little she can put in here. Okay, shuffle, shuffle. Let's see what happens. +1. +4. It's a bait. That's -1. +1. +5. +1. +6. So that's actually 1 less. But Lewis will go ahead and play Declare Emergency to reduce the difficulty by 1. And that'll bring the difficulty down to 5, and that's a pass. Just making sure, though. Making sure my math is right. So these are negated by this. These 2 are negated. Yeah, these 2 are negated, and then that leaves the 5 and the 1. Alright, so that happened. 2 raiders are going to get added to the front. All 2 civvy ships, the remaining civvy ships are all back here. So if someone wants to nuke it, they certainly could. And what happens here is she can move to any location. She'll go to the hangar deck. Alright. And since she's out of the hangar deck, or out of the brig, she actually draws a crisis now. Not the best situation. President chooses -1 morale, or President discards all of his skill cards. Morale's at 5 at the moment. He will go ahead and discard all skill cards. Morale's getting super low. Alright. And then Raiders will activate. These two will actually go up this way. This one will move here, and this one will attack. That's a 6, which is a damaged, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. So it goes to damaged. Alright. We do get a jump prep. Alright, and then it goes to Lewis's turn. So you can see things get a bit rough when there's no... you have a handle on certain parts of it, and then there's something you don't have a handle on, like morale right now. Everything else is pretty good, and besides the civvy ships, they're all just piled in the back. Anyway, he'll go ahead and draw 2 leadership. 2 tactics. And then 1 engineering. Alright. Alright, you can't do test of limits because of reasons. And they do need to do something about those raiders. So he's going to go ahead and have to discard a card to use a skill card action. So he's going to discard this treachery card, play XO, and play it on Boomer. And Boomer is going to go ahead and spend her 2 actions. She'll use the first action to go ahead and get herself on a Viper. She'll take a Mark 7. And then that leaves her with still 2 actions. She'll use 1 to go ahead and do maximum firepower. And fire 4 times. Hit. And hit. The other 2 are wasted because there's nothing else in here. Okay. And then she's going to go ahead and use full throttle for her other action to move to up here. And make 1 attack on a silent ship in that area. Fortunately, that is a miss. Alright, well that's fine. Okay. That resolves the XO. Goes to Lewis here. Oh, actually, he'll play calculations. And change. You can subtract 1 or add 1 to a result. That was a 2, so make it a 3 and destroy 1. It's a little wasteful, but it does show that they're helping each other. Alright. Next goes to the crisis. Oh, I forgot to look at the top card for Boomer's ability. I'm just going to do that now. Yeah. She'll just put that on the bottom. She's actually more concerned about jump prep at this point. Current player chooses. Current player is sent to sickbay. Or you can fail and potentially get Galactica damaged once and destroy 1 raptor. He will go ahead and do the skill check. Actually, he is okay with going to sickbay. So he's just going to take himself to sickbay. Alright, Raiders will activate. There's 1 right there. She's not going to risk getting shot down. She just can't afford to take that risk. So she's going to do run interference. Make the first 4 Raiders automatically miss. It's a super overkill, but it ensures she doesn't get shot down. And then jump prep will increase by 1. And that is it for that turn. Goes to Laura Roslin. Laura's going to go ahead and draw some cards. 1, 2, 3. And then some of these. Okay. And then for her turn, she's kind of seeing if there's anything she can like sabotage or mess with. Her skilled politician really didn't pan out the way she wanted it to. But as long as she stays a human, she can kind of influence the crisis cards. So there's that at least. She can try to throw someone in the brig through the Admiral's quarters, but that's a bit overkill. So instead, she's going to go ahead and attempt to impeach the president. Take the president title and discard 5 cards. So she'll discard 5 cards. And take the presidency. She can try to excuse it by saying, hey, I just want to get rid of the mutiny card. And then she'll look at the top 2 crises and pick one. She only has politics in her hand, so she couldn't really force this to happen. Then again, she could try to go for the die roll, but other people might help with that. No, she'll just put that on the bottom. Alright. Water shortage. President chooses. She's now the president. Either -1 food, or she can literally discard practically everything in her hand, because it's 2 cards from the president and 3 from the current player, and she's both right now. So that would be 5 cards. She'll just do -1 food. Bring that down to 6. So as you can see, it's just every little bit kind of just wears you down a little bit. So basestars will fire. 5 is definitely a hit. I should have declared ahead of time. I would have said Pegasus. We're not doing anything with the Pegasus right now. So that is the Pegasus CIC. Damaged. And that is it. So yeah, not making too much progress. On either side, really. I mean, we're stopping the jump preps a little bit, delaying the inevitable. But since there's actually little bits of things on the field, the pursuit track hasn't been really changed at all. So all the stuff that's on the pursuit track is just stalled. All right, well, goes to Chief. Chief is going to get some cards finally. All right, so we got that going for us. So yeah, what we'll do here is he's going to go to the hangar deck and then do some repairs. Repair those damaged Viper Mark 7s. So now everything's been repaired. He gets another action because of his ability. He's going to go ahead and XO Lewis so he can get out of the sick bay. And what he's going to go ahead and do is wait 1 second. The last round was a jump prep. He should have gotten a mutiny card. Damaged Galactica and impossible. Choose 1 civilian ship in the space shuttle. Shuffle that into a pile of unused civilian ships, then discard that card. Okay. Alright. So yeah, he's going to go ahead and he needs to get out of sickbay for one thing, so he's going to do that, obviously. I'm just seeing what other options there are. Alright, yeah, so what he's going to do, he's going to go to FTL control. and activate it. So this is going to force a jump. He gets to roll 1d8 to see if he gets keep his population. 7 or higher does mean he keeps it, so he doesn't lose up 1 population. So we're good on that front, and we just forced a jump. So Boomer goes back to the hangar. Raider goes to here. Basestar goes to here. And then draws 2 destination cards. The Admiral does, that is. Deep space is minus morale, and he does not want to lose morale right now. So he's going to go the shorter distance, unfortunately. And then he's going to risk a Raptor to see if he gets fuel back. So -1 fuel first, then roll. 7 gets 2 fuel back. So we're good on fuel. We're at 5 distance now. Alright, now some ways you can do to kind of manipulate the destinations ahead of time or crises is by using these launch scouts. The problem is you usually have to kind of find the time to do it. So with that, that resolves the XO, goes back to Chief, and Chief will go ahead and draw his crisis. Current player chooses. You can either go take morale, even in passing it'll be -1 morale, or you can damage the Galactica twice, or destroy the Pegasus. He's going to go ahead and damage the Galactica twice. He's going to go ahead and do 1 on the Pegasus, main battery, and then 1 on the Galactica. Alright, that is command. So command is now damaged. Alright, that resolves that. Raiders do activate. There are none on the field, so we're going to roll a die here. And we're going to add 1 Raider to number 2, which is right down here. Pursuit track increases by 1. You're supposed to add civvy ships in, but joke's on them, there are none left to add. They're all in the back. So I guess that's the good news. We do get a jump prep. And it goes to Boomer's turn. So it's Boomer's turn right now. She's going to go ahead and, well, she needs to draw cards first. So tactics. Piloting. And 1 of these. Okay. So with that, she's going to go ahead and, she doesn't really have very many options, unfortunately. Yeah, she's going to go ahead and just get herself out in a Viper now. She gets another action. Let's see, does she have a... She does have a mutiny card. 2 skill cards. Or 4 or less, send that player to the brig. What she'll try to do for now is she's going to go ahead and play this card. Choose 1 human player to draw 2 skill cards, and then roll a die and see if it's a 4 or less, it can send them to the brig. So she's going to pick Laura Roslin. Laura Roslin's just going to draw some more politics, and then roll. On a 4 or less, send that player to the brig, then discard this card. So now she, Laura Roslin, is now in jail. Now, you do not lose the presidency when you're in jail. It's actually fitting to the series, because Laura Roslin, I believe, has been in jail. She can still do presidential things while in jail. But now she's in the brig, which means her cylon stuff can't really be done too much, and now she can't manipulate the board too much. Obviously, she has done some suspicious things, and Boomer's pretty sure she's the one that's been tried to keep her in jail. Alright, so with that said, unfortunately that did take her action, and she didn't really get much movement done. So we'll do a crisis next. The Olympic Carrier. Alright, it's a skill check, and it has morale in there, which is not great. Piloting, yellow and green. We'll go ahead and get our 2 cards from the Destiny deck. And it'll go to Lewis first. It's all green. I'm just seeing if there's anything I can mess with, and there isn't. Alright, so he's gonna... Alright. We'll put 3 cards in. Laura Rosalind will put 1 card in, because she can only put 1 in. Chief will put in 1. Actually, he'll put in none. And then Boomer is going to put those 2 cards in, along with Quick Thinking. What else can you put in there? You need 11. Let's see. Sorry for the Facebook messages. She kind of wants to hold on to the best of the best, but at the same time, it's not going to be doing that much. Need 11. She put in 4 right now. Yeah, she'll go ahead and do it. She'll put best of the best in there. Okay, and then it goes to... Well, that's everybody. Okay, so shuffle. -5. Oh, wait, why'd you put that in there? Never mind. I forgot yellow is actually good. Well, I'll just stick with what we got. -3. -1. +2. Or, not, sorry. Yeah, +2. Quick Thinking. +5. +9. +15. +17. Yeah, to be honest, I would not have put that in there, but we'll own it. Alright, Quick Thinking, and Protect the Fleet. So she can take back something that's 3 or less. She will take an XO, actually, because she doesn't get those normally. And then this, if 3 or more piloting has been put in, you can activate a Unmanned Viper. So deploy a Mark II, or Mark 7, sorry. Alright, so yeah, that was super overkill, but it is a pass, so nothing's lost. And honestly, there's not many opportunities where I actually use piloting for skill checks, so... Or, you know, sometimes there are, because it depends on what you draw. Alright, so what's going to happen here is we're going to go ahead and add another Heavy Raider to 1. That's going to go ahead and trigger the auto jump, which is going to deploy everything now, all at the same time. So we got Raiders everywhere now. All at once, like so. Heavy Raiders thankfully don't attack civvy ships, but still not pretty. Alright, and then for her end turn, she's going to go ahead and take a look at the top card. Wow, that's pretty deadly. She'll keep it for now, I guess. She knows what she's going to do, I guess. Alright, it goes to Lewis, and Lewis will take his action. He needs to draw cards first, to leadership. 2 tactics, and then 1 engineering. Alright. How are we on food? We're at 6. So with this card, he could have everyone take an action. Alright, I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to go ahead and play State of Emergency, so -1 food. And everyone gets 1 action, starting with him. His action is he's going to do CAG action. Activate 1 unmanned Viper, then give the CAG title to any other human player. So it's going to go to Boomer. And he's going to go ahead and activate this unmanned Viper and shoot that Raider here. Destroys it. Okay. Next. Make sure that's in view. Alright, next it goes to Laura Roslin. She's just going to go ahead and she's going to go ahead and play Popular Influence and draw 2 quorum cards and give them to and choose one to give to the president, and then the other can either be played or discarded. So she'll draw 2. So 1 goes to the president, so this will go to the president, and the other one she'll discard. Okay, then it goes to Chief. Chief will go ahead and an XO can be activated from here. So he's actually going to go ahead and play an XO. Because that's really all he can do from this position anyway. So yeah, he'll play an XO on Boomer. So Boomer now has 2 actions. She's going to go ahead and deploy herself into Viper as action 1. That gives her another action. She'll use a CAG action to go ahead and activate an unmanned Viper. Which she will send... Well, actually, she'll deploy here. Yeah, she'll deploy there. That's fine. Oh, wait, I did something wrong. I definitely did something wrong. Or did I? No, it is correct. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting confused. This Viper Mark 7 was sent out because of the skill card. And then we use the CAG action to activate it to destroy the Raider. So Boomer will go ahead and just deploy herself here. Gets another action, so she still has her 2 actions. She'll use the CAG action to go ahead and send this back here. Alright, so she still has 2 actions. She will go ahead and shoot this Raider. Which is unfortunately a miss. Then she's going to go ahead, she has 1 action left, she'll go ahead and shoot again and destroy it. Okay. Right. So make sure I did that right. I deployed, CAG'd, still had 2 actions, and then fired twice. Okay, so that takes care of the XO. We can't use another one of those. That takes care of Chief's turn. Now it hits her turn again because of state of emergency. And she's the kind of the last action for this. So she can't do CAG again because it's once per turn. So what she's going to go ahead and do is she's going to go ahead and just do a launch scout. She doesn't really want to move anywhere. And she's going to risk a raptor and roll 1d8. And unfortunately it blows up a raptor. This is also why I usually don't do freaking scouts, because they usually fail. Alright, and then that resolves the state of emergency. I would have actually moved Lewis before all this, So I'll just move him to here, because that makes sense. Yeah, that's pretty much what he did. He did the card. And yeah, he passed CAG action. Okay, yeah, that's fine. This should have resolved a while ago. Okay, with that, it goes to, alright, it's going to go to Crisis next, which is going to be this. Boomer is going to go ahead and activate her once per game and just choose the pass or fail. She doesn't want to risk the morale or the execution, so she's going to go ahead and use hers. So it's an auto pass. And then Heavy Raiders will activate. This one's going to move down. This one will move down. Jump prep will increase by 1. And then this gets resolved. Mutiny card gets added to Lewis here, and he has 3 now, so he's going to get thrown in the brig. He'll discard that card, and then end up in the brig with Laura Roslin. And then okay. And then yeah, it's going to be his turn now. He gets his full set of cards. Oh, also okay, no. Yeah, that's the end of his turn. He's now in jail. Admiral goes to, pretty sure it goes back to Boomer. Yeah, it goes back to Boomer, because we had this happen before. So Boomer's now CAG Admiral again. And this goes to Laura Roslin. Alright. Laura Roslin's in jail at the moment. She'll draw 3 politics. And 2 tactics. Yeah. And at this point, she's not going to be able to get herself out of this, I don't think. But what she's going to go ahead and do, she's going to go ahead and do Unsavory Connections. Discard 2 random skill cards, and then draw 2 Treachery, and then you can gain a food or a fuel. She'll add fuel. At this point, they'll probably assume that she's a cylon. In any case, get all these together. Okay, these are discarded. 2 Treachery are drawn. Yeah, so unless you get something that gets her out of jail soon, she's probably going to go ahead and just activate the Cylon ability anyway, so she can start doing other things. She will discard... Actually, she could do some things with Iron Will. That's actually pretty mean. So we can do that next round. Alright, goes to Chief. No Crisis is drawn because of the brig. Chief will draw his cards. 1, 2. 1, 2, and 1. Okay. For his actions, he's going to go ahead and move to communications here. He's going to go ahead and play a repair card to repair it. Okay. He gets another action because that's his ability. He's going to go ahead and exo Boomer. So Boomer gets 2 actions again, or a move and an action. So for her actions, she's going to go ahead and activate CAG. Let's see, I'm thinking about this. Yeah, so for her action, she's going to go ahead and activate CAG. And she'll deploy a Viper to there. Is that thing upside down? Alright. And then she still has 2 actions because CAG does that thing. She's going to nuke. Admiral's going to go ahead and launch a nuke into this sector of space. Lewis will go ahead and play strategic planning to add 2 to this die roll. So it's a 1d8, and we resolve it. Alright, that is 7. No one else has calculations, unfortunately. So 7 is going to be destroy a base star and 3 raiders. So that raider is destroyed, and that base star is gone. Alright, and that nuke is gone. Alright, that leaves her with 1 action left. She can try nuking again, but that kind of be a little overkill at this point. Instead, she will shoot the heavy raider that's in her current location. And it's a miss. Alright, good thing I didn't waste the nuke. Alright, and then that resolves the XO. And it goes to Crisis. Interrogation, Admiral chooses. Admiral chooses another player to send to sickbay. The Admiral may then look at one of that character's loyalty cards at random. Or Admiral can discard 2 skill cards, and then current player discards 3. The only person she can send to sickbay right now is Chief. They can discard cards if they want to. Yeah, she's okay with discarding 3. So is it? Oh, she discards 2. So she'll discard 2. That and that. And then Chief is going to discard a bunch as well. Discard those 2. And that one. So Chief is kind of low on cards, but that's okay. And then the base star will fire. There's only 1 on the field, thankfully. This one will go for Galactica. So that does hit. And that did not shuffle. I am fairly certain that did not shuffle. Alright, FTL controls, which is not good. Okay. That resolves that. Goes to Boomer. And I'm going to go ahead and call it a video. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this was Battlestar Galactica on Tabletop Simulator. Humans are not making too much progress, and they're kind of just in a holding pattern at this point. They're not really dying too badly, but they're not getting any progress. So we'll see how it goes. See you guys. Why is that ship upside down? All right. See you guys next time.